This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Look at this photo. Look at it. Don't ask yourself what's wrong with this picture. Ask yourself what is possibly right with it. What the hell was Ivanka Trump doing at taxpayer expense at the G20 in Osaka, Japan? Inserting herself into serious and important matters with actual elected world leaders. Ivanka Trump is a know-nothing nobody, a rich kid who's tagged along for the ride her entire life. She's been handed everything in her life by her daddy, who was handed everything in his life by his. G20 stands for Group of 20, 20 member countries of this international forum, which has a stated goal of promoting global economic stability. The 2019 G20 summit in Osaka, Japan, was a gathering of elected world leaders from countries all over the world, from the 20 member nations and some invited guest nations and international organizations. They came together, as they do every year, to discuss critically important economic issues like global economy, trade and investment, innovation, environment and energy, employment, women's empowerment, development, and health. And Ivanka Trump was there to... Apparently, she was there to... Seriously, there was no reason for her to be there. She has no expertise. Watch this painfully embarrassing video uploaded to the official Instagram account of the Presidency of the French Republic. This is a video of Prime Minister Theresa May of the United Kingdom, President Emmanuel Macron of France, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada, the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Christine Lagarde, and Donald Trump's kid, Ivanka, being that awkward weirdo at a party who needs a crowbar to pry themselves into a conversation that they're not a part of.
Yes, but social justice.
It's all, yeah.
As soon as you start talking about the economic aspect of it, though,
Yeah.
a lot of people start listening who wouldn't otherwise listen.
And the same with the defense side of it.
Yeah.
In terms of the whole sort of ecosystem. It's been very male-dominated. So...
Let's all play a game where we imagine if Hillary Clinton were president and brought her kid along to economic summits to insert herself into conversations between actual world leaders. One, there would be justifiable concern and disgust. The outrage machine over at Fox News would be jamming into overdrive to wail on about the indecency of it all. And they'd be right. Instead, we get idiotic knee-jerk reactions from Trump sycophants when people actually voice some relevant and correct criticism. For instance, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted this: "It may be shocking to some, but being someone's daughter actually isn't a career qualification. It hurts our diplomatic standing when the president phones it in and the world moves on. The United States needs our president working the G20. Bringing a qualified diplomat couldn't hurt either." And in response to this, a legion of trolls defended Ivanka's presence at the G20 and made well-reasoned arguments for her being there. No, I'm kidding. They attacked AOC for having been a bartender. Paris Denard took time out of his busy schedule of sexually harassing women to tweet, "Remind us how being a bartender qualified you to be a member of Congress, creating laws, voting on bills that impact Americans and the world. Let's not go there and start comparing your resume to Ivanka Trump's experience and resume. She also takes no salary. Way to support women." First of all, Paris, Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez certainly doesn't need my help to dunk on you, but being a bartender doesn't qualify her to be a member of Congress. The United States Constitution does. You remember the Constitution, right, Paris? In addition, she was elected to her office by an almost 65% margin, and this has nothing to do with supporting women or not supporting women. This is about not having your kid, who has zero qualifications, traipsing around in her $4,600 dress, trying to play like she's actually doing something. And further, why, Paris, would you denigrate someone for being a hard-working woman, an American woman who has worked her ass off in an honest job, a service job, in an effort to try to better her financial position on her own? Way to support women. Look, this is nothing new. When Donald Trump isn't fantasizing about dating Ivanka, he is inserting her in meetings with international leaders so she can secure valuable trademarks and contracts for her personal gain, which is something that began as soon as Donald Trump took office and has continued unabated. That is the crux of why all of this is so gross. The trips of Americans participating in whatever manner at the G20 are being paid for by the United States to represent the United States, not their own personal BS.